called 1 million cups because we all enjoy 1 million cups of coffee simultaneously throughout the nation. We have over 100 and actually the number has grown. We're at actually over 180 chapters across the nation. We want to make sure that this event is safe and supportive, inclusive and diverse. Everyone has a voice, no one dominates the conversation, and everyone is respectful and considerate. While the presenter is talking, so the presenter will have 6 minutes to tell their story and then offer up a challenge question. What I ask is that when they offer up the challenge question, do not try to sharpshoot the presenter. Make sure that the feedback that you give is supportive, that is helpful, and it helps them answer the question that they pose to the community. Also, please make sure that you use the chat function and put your question in the chats. That way, when we complete this, we can download the chat and give it to the presenter. If you have a question at all, please raise your hand using, I believe it's the participants tab, if I'm saying this correctly. And also, we are recording this, so if you don't feel comfortable being recorded, please take your picture off the camera and don't say anything. Next slide. So there's several different ways that you can engage with us. As you can tell, we've gone Facebook Live, so you can join us through Facebook Live. You could also provide feedback using the chat function. Usually when we're in person, you'll be able to provide feedback then. We have a weekly newsletter that goes out telling you the individual that's presenting that week. So we have a different presenter every week. And then we would love for you guys to engage online on Facebook. And we also have a LinkedIn page as well. Next slide. So without further ado, we do have sponsors. Is John Yu here this morning?
I think he sent a message out that he wasn't going to be on today.
Okay. So usually we work out of Office Evolution. Office Evolution is a co-working space. It's a really nice location. As of right now, they're hosting all, they're doing mail from there. But once we open back up, you can rent out an office from Office Evolution. It's really nice. John has several different things that are available for the people that are members of Office Evolution. I highly recommend, if you need a place to work, that is a place to work. Our other sponsor is one of our organizers, Jen Dalton of Brand Mirror.
Good morning, everybody. It's great to be here. Good to see all of these happy faces. I've been working a lot with CEOs and executives on how to show up right now during this time to their employees, to their customers. And then I've had a lot of requests on, if you're at home, you're not busy all the time, why don't you start working on your digital presence? So if anybody needs help with their thought leadership on LinkedIn or trying to figure out what to say, please reach out to me, and I would love to talk with you. You can visit my website, brandmirror.com, for a complimentary consult. I also have a lot of virtual conferences that are going on right now that I'm speaking at or I'm running myself, and you can also find those on my website as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Jen. Okay, so this is a virtual meeting. It is being recorded. Please make sure that your microphones are muted. To ask a question, participants, please raise your hand, which is in the chat function. While we're moderating this thing, once you raise your hand, we will call your name and unmute your microphone and allow you to answer a question. Please make sure that your questions stay under 30 seconds. Please do not try to dominate to show us how smart you are. We know everybody on this call is a genius. And allow people enough time to speak. And then once you're finished speaking, please put your microphone on mute. Next slide. So without further ado, we have Teresa from Amore Congelato. If you haven't had an opportunity, I'm just gonna say this because I've had every flavor of her gelato, and everyone is just as amazing as the next. So if you have an opportunity to order some, number one, you'll be supporting a small business. Number two, you'll be supporting your stomach in two different ways because it's healthy and nutritious, and it tastes good. So she is a Navy veteran. I won't hold that against her since I'm Army. But Teresa, the floor is yours.
Thank you. So as you said, my name is Teresa Black. I'm the CEO and founder of Amore Congelato. We make all natural gelato and sorbet that is sweetened with dates instead of cane sugar. Next slide. So my question for you today is, how do I get my product into grocery stores? All right, next slide. So who am I? Actually, a year ago today, I got back from a 13-month deployment where I left my little girl, who was 2 at the time, for obviously all that time. I'm a single mom, so that time frame was very traumatizing for both of us. I spent that entire deployment making sure that I didn't have to leave her again. And what I did was actually work on this company. And it's called Amore Congelato, which translates in Italian to frozen love, because my heart was frozen in time while I was gone. And this company was born out of a promise to her that I would never leave her again. I tried for my mission. I was running for office before I got deployed. I had to drop out because of the deployment. But a lot of my work as an attorney was on social justice things. And so on every one of my pints, I have a stay woke fact, which is a fact about social injustice. And it's not political on either side. It doesn't fall on one party or another. It's just a fact about social injustice that everyone can support. Next slide. I guess you have to keep clicking it, sorry.
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault. So healthy eaters have cheat days for one very specific reason. Healthy food tastes disgusting. Well, that is until now. So America has an ice cream dilemma. We love ice cream, but it's usually unhealthy for us. We love the sweetness of cane sugar, but we know it's bad for us. America wants to eat healthier, but it always tastes bad. So we want to find a way to eat something that tastes good without feeling guilty about it later. And that's one of the reasons I created Amore Congelato. Next page. According to the FDA, our ice cream is actually healthy, and it is the healthiest ice cream on the market. All of our gelatos have at least 60%, actually all of our gelatos have 60% of your daily value of calcium, and they have up to 46% of your daily value of fiber, up to 24 grams of protein, 30% of your daily value of iron, potassium, and zinc, and at least 15 essential vitamins. Chocolate is the healthiest of all of our flavors. It has the most fiber, the most essential vitamins and everything like that. But all the rest of our flavors are very close in the nutritional value. Next page, please. So these are the vitamins and nutrients that the FDA has declared to be essential. Well, they've declared a lot to be essential, but sorry, these are the ones that are of public health concern because people have such low numbers in their diets of these particular vitamins. And as I showed you in the last page, our gelato has very, very high levels of all of these vitamins and nutrients, making our ice cream arguably the healthiest ice cream on the market. But the best thing about ours is that not only is it the healthiest, but it's also the best tasting. Next page, sorry. If you go to my website, you can actually watch a taste test where someone is tasting our gelato and then comparing it to our competitors. And it's a blind taste test and we win. So you have no fear that you're gonna get something different. You're getting something different, yes, and healthier, but you don't have to worry about the taste because when you compare it to our competitors, We actually beat Halo Top every single time. They're not even close. And as you can see, these are our nutritional facts versus Halo Tops, and we blow them out of the water. Next page. This is Amore Congelato versus Talenti. Next page. And this is Amore Congelato versus Ben & Jerry's. And as you can see, Ben & Jerry's is the only one that actually has a higher level or has an equal level of iron content. But as you can see, for all of the other areas, we blow all of our competitors out of the water. They're not even a close comparison. Next page. And so our financials. So right now, so we started off in the farmers markets and we've expanded to a brick and mortar. So right now, these are our financials. So we're trying to move into Whole Foods. We actually were accepted into 4 different local Whole Foods. And how we got accepted is we took my product to the Whole Foods and had them taste it. And then they said, yeah, we'll take you in. But when COVID hit, all that went out the window. They're not accepting any new vendors into the stores. So everything's on pause right now as far as that's concerned. We were on track to have 6 digits in sales for 2020. Now we're coming down to about 94, hopefully 94,000, but we'll see how that all works out. All of the areas where we were supposed to be going into, farmers markets, Jiffy Lube Live Stadium, and the winery, all that went out the window with COVID as well. So we'll see what happens as this whole thing continues. So next page. So our primary target audience is moms and wives because they're usually the ones that are doing the grocery shopping. But then we also have people that want to eat healthier. So with the 24 grams of protein, I mean, obviously protein is a huge thing for a lot of people. And with our higher levels of protein than our competitors, people are going to be wanting to come out to this, but also just healthy eating in general. Like I said earlier, people want to eat healthier, but they have no option to do that and have their taste buds be happy with them. Next page. So as I was telling you, so this is our timeline of events. I was founded last year. I started selling gelato in July of 2017 at farmers markets. By August, I moved into the wineries. Within our first 3 months, I sold about a little less than $20,000 worth of gelato, only selling 2 days a week. By December of 2019, I opened a brick and mortar in Arlington at Pentagon Row. And so we are continuing to do that. As of right now, we are limited to deliveries and pickups only. I moved up a large portion of my sales to online. So we do deliveries now, which we didn't normally do, but we deliver to all of Nova. And I just added in DC the other day. So we'll be doing DC once a week, and then Nova will be 3 to 4 times a week that we'll do deliveries. And so I would like to expand into grocery stores by the end of this year. My plan is actually, so because I was already accepted into those 4 Whole Food stores before the big COVID happened, I've been going into these grocery stores and I've seen that the freezer aisle, if you look at the shelves, they're empty because they're not able to get their supplies. Well, I don't have that problem because I'm right here. I can just drop it off to them. So actually tomorrow I'll be going into the 4 different grocery stores that have already accepted my product and asking them if they just want to start. And I can just give it to them right there. And they don't have a problem. They'll be making money without having to lose anything, which is what they're doing right now with empty shelves. By 2021, I plan to have a second brick and mortar and to begin franchising. Next page. So here we are back again to the challenge question. How do I get my product into grocery stores?
Okay, Teresa, awesome. Thank you. Great job. And I'd just like to remind everybody quickly, for any questions or comments, please go ahead and use the chat symbol to wave your hand so that I can see that we can unmute you, let you ask your question, and then move on to the next one, okay? And so far, the first question I have is from Aria. So let me go ahead and unmute him so he can go ahead and talk.
Okay. Oh,
there we go.
Great. Teresa, great job. Love the presentation.
Thank you.
I just wanted to respond to your question. I don't necessarily have a question. I wanted to respond to yours because I had a client that wanted to get coffee in stores. Have you signed up for rangeme.com?
Yes.
Okay, because I was wondering how you got into Whole Foods, and I was like, oh, she's got to be on Range Me. So if you're on Range Me, are you asking how to get the attention of stores then, or is it?
Yes. So basically, I'm on Range Me. I'm already there. The grocery stores don't really. They're not looking for ice cream until around July timeframe. So basically, everybody has their cycles with the different products, and unfortunately for me, I didn't get onto Range Me really until September of last year. So my product won't even be reviewed. Like the review process for ice cream isn't until like July, June, September. I don't know why they're doing it so late, but not September. It's July, August timeframe. I was able to get into Whole Foods actually because Chobani has an incubator program, and I was accepted into their incubator program. And during that time frame, I met with the person who's responsible for the entire nation's Whole Foods local suppliers, and they put me in contact with local people here in the DC area. And after they tasted my product, that woman, she loved my product, and she was like, "Okay, we'll try to get you in before the review cycle." And so that's how I was able to get in with Whole Foods.
Wow, that's all I got. I'm impressed. So.
Okay, thanks, Arya. So next up is Deb Cohen. So Deb, you're up.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks so much for your presentation. Really, it sounds like you are very organized and you have a great plan. It's unfortunate that you're dealing with such upheaval right now. So your target audience, you started with moms, and one of the questions I guess I have is, well, what about kids? I know you want to get into grocery stores, but kids really influence their parents, their grandparents, their siblings in terms of what they want to buy. And so, and I don't know exactly how you translate this into getting into grocery stores, but, you know, have you thought about sort of almost like the Girl Scout model, you know, where you're in front of a grocery store and you're selling cookies. In your case, maybe you are giving samples so that people know the product, and then the grocery store says, hey, you know, I really want to stock that product. Now, obviously you have to wait until a lot of this craziness is over. But have you thought about that type of an approach?
Yeah, so the farmer's market kind of does that. So that's how I was getting after a lot of children. At the farmer's market that I was at before, I was right in front of this stage where a bunch of kids would always just congregate during every farmer's market, and I would go around and hand out samples. So that's a perfect idea. And so at the store right now, actually, my brick and mortar is in the direct path of a Harris Teeter. So in order to get to the grocery store, they have to pass me, which is a perfect location. And so, yes, that's a perfect idea.
Okay, and Jen Dalton has a question. Jen, do you want to go ahead and unmute?
Sure thing. So have you thought about I actually have a question and a thought. So a question would be, I know you're doing delivery now. Thank you so much, because it's been healthier food than I have probably in my cabinets. So I appreciate that. And my children will actually eat it. And my son's birthday is coming up like in 2 weeks. So have you thought of doing like a, you know, birthday sort of theme, or if you have your kids' birthdays coming up, you can do up to 3 deliveries to different locations in this area? Or what price point do you need for deliveries to really work? And is that something that you're rethinking right now? Because I know just delivering one package probably takes a lot of time. So how are you sort of managing the online profit right now?
So, well, for starters, I own a Prius. The gas isn't really a huge issue. And then I have, my store is in Arlington and I live in Chantilly. So the delivery process actually isn't that bad because of the fact that I have to pass all the areas that I'm delivering to anyway. So I don't really need groups of people in each location to cancel out the cost, because either way I have to drive past it. So it's been okay. But I had not thought about doing a birthday package where the parent can have all the kids have the same dessert. Is that what you mean? So that everyone's sharing together?
Yeah, something like that, where you can, because that's what I'm trying to figure out right now, is sending it to a few people even if it's just close family or friends, so that we can all have a birthday party together virtually and eat ice cream and hang out or whatever. But something like that, because it could even be for a happy hour. I mean, I would have wine and ice cream. So, you know, anything like that, but like a package where you can do a group order and maybe send it to 2 or 3 addresses. Just a thought.
That's a good idea. I haven't even thought about that. That's a good idea.
Okay, thank you, Jen. Next up is Rosemarie.
Hey guys, good morning everybody. Teresa, great idea. Full disclosure, I cannot eat ice cream because I can't do the dairy, but I love the idea of what you're doing. So I just had a quick question for you. I know you said that you worked with Whole Foods, but have you worked with Mom's Organic Market?
So two things. The first is I do have non-dairy options. My sorbets are all non-dairy and they're vegan. And I also have oat milk gelato, which is also dairy-free and vegan. But then Mom's Organic. So yes, I actually did reach out to Mom's Organics. I was in their last review cycle, and they got me right before they had to disperse for COVID. My packaging wasn't finished yet because the person I was working with to finish I revamped my entire visual program, I guess I'm gonna call it. So I redid my logo, I did all that stuff. The person who was supposed to be doing my logos and my creative things they were supposed to deliver me the final product in January. And then here it was March and I still had not received it. They hadn't finished it. And so I actually just requested them to just send me what they had and I would finish it myself. So unfortunately, I missed out on they didn't accept me because my products weren't, my packaging wasn't finished yet. But they said they were reviewing the next cycle, so.
Okay, awesome. And thanks for letting me know you have options for me. Great news. Okay.
Okay, next up is John Foster, and then Talmar, Lisa, and Angela. So John, you're up.
Great, thanks so much, appreciate it. Teresa, I love what you're doing. Couple questions for you. One, you mentioned, are you organic?
No, so my milk is not organic. Everything else that I use is, which is ironic, but I mean, I'm not, no.
Okay,
Sorry.
all right. So just one thing to think about. So as you know, I'm with Greenfield Organic Cafe, and we work closely with Mom. So if there's anything we could do to help there. The other thing is, my other thought is that you're, with regards to your ingredients and the nutritional value, one of the biggest things, we don't have a protein problem in the country. We have a fiber problem, which you address. So I think that's one of the things that you could capitalize on is that, and some of that's an education process, but love what you're doing. I'd love to have follow up with you from this.
I will get in touch with you today.
Thanks, Teresa.
Thank you.
Okay, John, thank you. And next up is Talmar.
Hi, Teresa. Thank you so much for an amazing presentation. I officially have a girl crush on you and the business model you've created. It's very impressive. I wanted to ask, in this time when we are all trapped and all we do is spend time on social media, have you considered an influencer viral campaign? In my head, it's something where you are sending taste test kits. You know, you'd probably have to use whatever dry, whatever we call that stuff to send cold things. But I would pick like 3 to 10 more if you can afford it. Influencer moms, like people that are on Instagram or social media, where you can share 4 different pints, let them include the blindfolds and let them videotape it. Because if it goes viral, those stores will be coming to you.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I had not yet. So that, I mean, I hadn't even thought about that. So I will do that. I'll start reaching out to them.
Yeah, and you can follow up with me too.
Okay.
I feel like Talmar wants to be one of the taste testers. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I think
specifically.
Obvious, yes. Okay. So next we have Lisa, then Angela, and then Jai. So Lisa, you're up.
Okay, so my question or thought was if you get a spotlight on one of the local news stations, they're really looking for stories right now, especially how people can either maintain a healthy attitude or diet, things of that nature.
Oops.
I can't hear.
Yeah, she went.
She would cut out.
She's muted, I think.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Sorry. So my thought was about getting local press coverage. Many of the local stations are really focusing on healthy attitude, healthy diet. Excuse me. So if you can get someone to do a spotlight for you, that might be a great place for you to also get some exposure and orders, etc. I put in the chat box a link there for you. So I don't know if that might be helpful, but it seems to me that they're loving those feel-good stories right now, and now might be a good time for you to be able to get something like that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, next up is Angela. Let me just ask one real quick question, so I can interject real quick. Have you contacted Uber Eats? Because one of the things that I recently saw was Uber Eats posted out during this time period what are the most popular things that people are ordering. And French fries are number 1, burgers are number 2, and down the list at number 4 is ice cream.
What? I have contacted Uber Eats, but I can't figure out. So I'll try to fix it. I've been trying to fix my Uber Eats account since I just did it like when this whole thing started, and it hasn't been working. So I sent them an email because no one's answering phones now. No one's doing customer service. So everything takes a year to try to fix. So, but yes, I will look into it then. I'll try to fix it faster. Okay.
Angela, you're up.
Good morning to everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. First of all, I'm not Angela. I'm and that's my fault for saying it. It's my wife's business. She just allows me to play around with it. So, but to Teresa, absolutely phenomenal. I mean, wow. This is what you have accomplished in just 1 year is a blistering pace. And that you are matching and even outmatching the competition that's been out there 10, 15, 20 years. Kudos to you. This is just, I just wanted to take a quick second here to say thumbs up. Go get them. We all want your autograph now, because next year we aren't going to be, I mean, you and Oprah will be doing a movie about what you've done. It's just phenomenal. Keep it going.
Thank you.
Okay, and thank you. And then we have Jay. Jay, you're up.
Hey, Teresa. How's it going?
Hello.
So my biggest thing is I've been staring at your question, how do I get my product into grocery stores? And I'm just thinking, that's the question, but that's not really your core. Your core is, how do I get more customers? And I don't think grocery stores supply that. It's a portion, yes, like people can go to stores and pick up your product, but you want to be able to just move a lot of product. And at the moment, grocery stores have some limited capacity on what's going on and how things are done. I feel that if you do like what other people suggested, an online campaign, then you use things like Uber Eats, DoorDash, those are probably going to be better venues to kind of get your product out there, especially locally, because then you have people giving you reviews, talking about your ice cream, talking about your product. If you focus mostly, because I didn't know, I knew about some of the nutritional value. The only thing I knew is it tastes great. That's all I knew. Like, I didn't know it was really good for me. It was delicious. And you told me, like, I got like a tub of chocolate ice cream. I never had a tub of gelato or anything. I never had bought a tub of anything, but I surely ate that, and it was really good. So I think if you focus more so on the nutritional value and use that as a way to kind of influence social media, use that as kind of like the foundation, and then get like a really good video put together of people trying it, talking about it, talking about how good it tastes. and then saying, hey, the options are, you know, if you want this delivered to your house from DoorDash, or you want this delivered to your house to Uber Eats, we could do that. And I feel that you would get more traction in that way, because people can easily just click, buy something healthy. My kids are jumping up and down, doing things. I would love to have something to make them sit down and just be quiet for a minute. And your gelato would do that, and your gelato has done that. So just something I was thinking about.
Yeah, I mean, right now I completely agree with you. So the online presence is actually probably the best, because everyone's home and everyone's on their computers. They're on Facebook, they're on Instagram right now, because they're home. So I completely agree with you. I need to do that. I really do need to do it. And I've actually, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the perfect idea.
Do you think you could turn your you can buy a freezer to make your store, your current brick and mortar, more of a shipping place?
I could. I think I need a little bit. I'll need a little bit more than. Yes. To answer your question, yes. The problem with the shipping is that, so dry ice, it has to be overnighted. It costs like $50 just to ship it overnight, and that's been my only holdup when it comes to shipping.
Okay, Jay, thank you very much. Next, we have Deb Cohen, and then after Deb is Jen. So, Deb, you're live.
Okay, there you go. This is just a suggestion. I'm not sure that it necessarily addresses your challenge question about getting into grocery stores, but it's broader in terms of wider acceptance or knowledge. There's a mom and pop coffee shop in Vienna, Virginia called Cafe Amore. I don't know if you've heard of them, but it might be kind of an interesting idea to partner with them. I know that they've taken their coffee and they are now more widely distributing it. So businesses actually buy their coffee now. And I don't know if there are other businesses in the area with the name Amore in it, but it might be kind of an interesting partnership for you. This particular coffee shop, they have sandwiches, they have food, it's not just coffee. And it might be kind of interesting to get your product partnered with other businesses that have the Amore name in it, to again get wider exposure, and a little bit like Lisa's idea, get some public relations, get some exposure to wider groups.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We have Jen up next, and then Manifa. Jen, you need to unmute.
Thank you. I just had a quick question or thought. I think the veteran part of your business is a really big deal. Rosemary mentioned that in the notes. I was wondering if you could do a naming competition or come up with a new flavor and have it be around heroes. And right now that's relevant as far as veterans. That's relevant for the healthcare workers at the front line. So I don't know if there's something about that, but I think the patriotic side could be useful. So just something to think about. I also think gifting right now, a lot of business owners are trying to figure out how they stay engaged with their clients. So there could be even like a buy one, give one, where if somebody buys a pint, they can gift a pint to someone else and send it to a client as a, hey, just thinking about you. But those are, I guess, are my two thoughts.
Thank you. I will try to buy one, give one. That's a great idea. I'm sorry. Can you remind me of the first thing that you said? I'm sorry. I was.
Sure. I was just, people like to be involved in creating things and naming things.
Yeah, the naming. Yeah.
I didn't know if there was an opportunity to do like a hero naming competition or something around the veteran piece, just to make it more prevalent.
I can do that actually. I just came up with a new flavor, which my mom says is the #1 flavor now. But she says each time I come up with a new flavor, she always loves it. But this one, she says it's top by far, the #1 now. It's a salted caramel pretzel crunch. So I dip the pretzels into chocolate and then mix it up with the caramel. And the caramel I make, so it's made with date syrup as well. So it's not sugar based. Yeah, we could name it something because it came up during COVID. I created it during COVID, so we could give it a special name.
Okay. All right. So Manifa is next. Thank you, Jen. We have Manifa, and then after Manifa, we have John, and then we have Tom Sight. All right. So Manifa, you're live.
Manifa, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
There we go.
Oh, okay, thanks. Good morning, Teresa and everybody else. I just wanted to say this presentation is fantastic. I think people will model your business plan, your trajectory so far. I am absolutely impressed with everything you're doing. I don't really have a question. I just have a comment because yes, it's about getting more customers, and hopefully you can get into Grubhub, Uber Eats, because if you supplied to Maryland, I might be one of your biggest customers. I will tell everybody I like chocolate. I don't love chocolate, but once I tasted Teresa's milk chocolate, this is all I think about. So I'm telling you, you have a core audience in myself and Jay, and I think your product is a proven quality product, and I agree with just getting it out there. Now, I did see your advertisement on IG recently. So if you are catering to moms and children, just change that one a little bit, okay? I think
I was trying to, I got you.
but thank you. I absolutely love your gelato and sorbet. So I wish you continued success.
Thank you.
Okay, Manifa, thank you. We have John, and then we'll have Tom. So John, you're off mute. Oh, John, you're
now. We good?
There, go ahead.
Okay, great. Thank you. So two things I was thinking about with the buy one, get one free. One of the things that we're doing at Green Fair is on our website now, we have people that are donating money to meals for doctors and nurses. So we're delivering meals to the 3 of the hospitals, the local hospitals. So something to think about for you, for people that want to do something for the doctors and nurses. Certainly ice cream would be at the top of their list, especially a healthy ice cream. So just something to think about for the website, and something else as far as just getting your name out there and to help out in the COVID environment.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Tom, you're up.
You might be on mute, Tom.
I'm unmuted now.
There you go.
Thank you for your presentation. My question is not so much about the sales, but it's the back end of the product. Tell me about your manufacturing. How much can you produce if you actually got into a bunch of grocery stores?
So I've already been in contact with a co-packer, and they said they can supply me as much as I need. So I have the co-packer already lined up. I have the transport to get it down here, and I have the storage, freezer storage that I can use that's out here already. So there's really no limit.
So where's it made now?
Right now, I make it at the store. But when I expand, I have them already lined up to start doing it.
Great. All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to interject with another question while I wait for someone to put their hand up. And that is simply this. Would you prioritize franchising more or prioritize grocery stores? Where in your thought process is that? Because grocery stores, there's, obviously you have high production and lots of shipping, but would it be more advantageous to start franchising around the country to build a brand name around the country?
So it's a complicated question. So the reason that I was working the way that I was working so far, I was focusing on grocery stores first, is because one, franchising takes a lot of, you have to create an entire program in order to do the franchising. So it takes a lot more focus. It takes a lot more focus and help in order to create that franchising system that works. But I was supposed to be on a particular platform that was going to put my product out there nationally. That would have been released by January of next year, which would have given me the opportunity to be exposed to the national market. So the plan was to have all that work together with the grocery store chain. So the thing about the grocery stores is that I can get to on a national level without having to work on individual stores one by one. It would be a national, you can do national just like that. And so that's why I was trying to focus on grocery stores up front. And then by the time that I got to the time where people want to franchise, there would be names there. My name would be out there already. But yes, a big reason I wanted to franchise is to get the name out there so that it would also coincide with grocery stores.
Gotcha. All right. Anybody else have a question or thought for Teresa? If not,
looks like Lisa had a question.
I see it. I see it now. Sorry. Yes, Lisa. We do have pickups available. It's if you purchase, when you get to the purchase, when you get through the cart, when you get to the checkout, it gives you the option to have it delivered or picked up.
All righty. Anybody else have a question that they want to pose to Teresa, or a comment with regards to her product or her plans for getting into grocery stores?
Tony, I have a comment.
Hello.
Okay, Mario, go ahead, and then Talmar.
Yes, great job, very impressive. I checked your social media, and I think that if you have any spare time, and I'm not sure how much spare time you have because you're doing such a fantastic job there, do as much as you can. On some of your platforms, you have, it's not, you have a few, but do as much as you can, because social media, the marketing is certainly key, especially nowadays that everyone's at home. So, but great job.
Thank you. I agree. You're 100% right. I need to focus more time on social.
Okay, and Talmar, you're up. If I can get you to unmute. There we go.
There you go. Teresa, it was briefly mentioned, but I wanted to make sure we brought it back to another concept, especially for right now, just to get some cash flow going. It was talked about for companies to purchase for their employees, but also consider corporate companies that are looking to get in front of their clients, because you know what clients do as soon as they receive that gift. So if Brand Mirror Jen sends me a gift, you know what I do? I take a picture and I post it on social media. How much I love this thoughtful gift that Brand Mirror sent to me, their client, and it's both healthy and fun. How awesome is that, right? So they're gonna put it. That kind of stuff is even better than you posting social media. So if there's a corporation, a company, a law firm, whatever, anybody that you can get in front of that would buy in mass, allow you to schedule out the deliveries, I feel like that could help you. Again, if you try to ask them to promote the viral, you just add a little thing in there so that they're taking those photos. But naturally, that's a thank you that a lot of companies do for their gift giver person. I'm totally not saying that correctly, but I hope you followed it.
I did. Thank you. Yeah, that's a perfect idea. I'll make sure I do that.
Okay. And then Laura Drain has a question. Laura, you'll need to unmute yourself.
Yes, how are you? Can
Hello.
you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yep.
So I love your idea. So I have a couple of contacts in the media, like the local Fairfax Times and the local channels. So I will send you all this information because you are a very unique case of small businesses. And I think that will help you a lot. So I will contact you with the contacts that I have, CC you with them. And I'm sure she will be featured in the Fairfax Times. I think that'd be great for you. And congratulations, I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I'll put my email in here again so everyone can see it.
Perfect. I will CC you with the people that I know. Feature you will be awesome for the rest of the world.
Thank you.
Okay. And Jay, you're up next.
Hey, Teresa, I'm going to connect you with an individual who does pretty much like marketing, but for social media. He usually sells about $4 million worth of product online. Wow. So I'm going to link you with him so you can work with him to kind of, this will be, you don't have to worry about like cost anything, but he can help you kind of identify ways to improve what you're doing and how you can get to a bigger target market.
Thank you. Thank you. Honestly, I need all the help I can get, really. I mean, I'm doing this by myself, right? And I don't have any, I'm a lawyer. I mean, I'm a lawyer, I'm a Navy ship driver. I used to drive aircraft carrier for a living. So like this whole thing is all new to me. So it's just like, yes, any help, any help, any help. Thank you so much.
Okay. And Jen just posted a comment up for everybody that she asked if you have an advisory board.
I don't.
Might not be a bad idea, although you have the resources of 1 Million Cups to be your advisory board here. So we are, and Dan Leander is asking everybody if we're going to see you on Shark Time anytime soon.
Shark Tank.
I'm not allowed. So I will say this: I applied for Shark Tank back in February, and I am not allowed to talk about anything after that.
Okay.
So she's going to be on there.
Well, we don't know yet. That's just one of those moments we're going to have to wait for that big surprise. All right. So
just a quick follow up on the advisory board. Teresa, an advisory board is a really good option for you to start to bring in grocery stores or other organizations where they could be an advisor on how to get into the store, but maybe they also become a strategic partner. So as you look at Trader Joe's or Mom's or whatever, I would have a diverse advisory board, maybe someone from a veterans group, someone on the business side, maybe even someone from schools, right? Where you could have somebody that sits in a school board or I don't know. There's some stuff to think about. We can brainstorm more offline, but I think an advisory board could help you have a think tank that you could ask for help and would help you get through this.
Yeah, I'll definitely contact you because I don't even know how to even start to create an advisory board. So.
All right then. Well, we have about 11 or 10 minutes left, and as is usually our process, we save the final question to the illustrious Donnell Johns to ask our presenter the final question of the day. So Donnell.
Teresa, you know, number one, I'm definitely impressed with everything that you're doing, and also the quality of your product and the healthiness as well. You got some amazing feedback. My question to you is what can everybody on this call do for you after this call? What can we do for you?
I would say like me on Facebook and Instagram, and then post about me, post about my product, post about, I mean, I know you haven't all tasted it, and we can try to alleviate that issue, so that you can all speak from personal experience. But I mean, honestly, I think that just talking about me, spreading the word, because yeah, I don't do an amazing job at telling people about the nutritional benefits of the products. The way I was trying to work was just have people taste it first, because sometimes when you tell people that something is healthy for them, food, they just automatically just, no, I don't want it. Like, and that, when I tell you, I'm not exaggerating, at the farmer's market, I would tell people that it was good for them and they wouldn't even try it. They wouldn't even sample it, some people. And so I've been trying so far to just let people try it first and then tell them about the health benefits, because that's a better way to try to get people that aren't like necessarily looking for something healthy. But I mean, yeah, just get the word out, I think.
No, this is well, it's going live on Facebook right now. So we have everyone that's in our Facebook community that can see you. I do recommend to everybody that's on here to get some Amore Congelato. It is absolutely delicious. You'll forget that it's healthy, even though it is healthy. So thank you very much. When I see you in person, we'll give you one of these. Mine is a left-handed mug, as Tony says. So you have earned a 1 Million Cups cup. Amazing job. And thank you so much for presenting. We all give you a hand.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it. And Donnell, as always, thank you for all your support.
Hey, that's how we do. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry, that's my daughter.
I'm gonna interject real quick here and just let everybody know there are 4 people. We had up to 34 people on today, but we still have 4 people who did not log in to the app. So if you have a moment, go ahead and log into the app, because we have to send a report in to 1 Million Cups to let everybody know how many people attended. And this was one of the best attended online or even in-person meetings we've ever had. So give you all yourself an applause and a hand. Congratulate everybody, because this was one of the best meetings we've done. So thank you, Teresa. And Donnell, let you close it out. Sorry.
Your email address, please. CEO something.
CEO at amorecongelato.com.
Will we get a copy of the chat file?
Yes, I can make that available.
Okay, great.
You can actually, if you go into the chat function.
Oh, can I do it myself?
Yeah, you could download the chat.
I wasn't sure it was available to participants.
Just let me know if you could do that. Next slide. So if you want to be like Teresa and present, please put in your application. The way that you put in your application is you go to our website that's located down at you see that at the bottom of the page, 1millioncups.com/Fairfax, and then apply to present. I highly recommend, if you have a business, you want to experience the 1 Million Cups effect. Next week, we have Beyond Lettuce that's presenting. She is also an Army veteran, as well as a business owner, healthy lettuce that you can grow in your house. So this is amazing stuff. Then after that, we have Mary Smith on April 29th, and then we go into May. We will be here, same bad channel, same bad time, on a different day next week, but please get your applications in and apply to present. As you can tell, this is a great opportunity. Next slide. Real quick, we have 6 minutes left. If we can go around the room, I'll just kind of call you out. If you can unmute your microphone, please say your name and your business name. Please don't go any further than that, because we don't have that amount of time. So, Dan?
Dan Linder, Golden Rule Home Watching Concierge. Thank you.
And feel free to put your business email address and website in the comments. John?